Hey guys, it's me again. For this video, the other question that I get a lot from English teachers is how to teach English to Chinese beginners, and this can be a little bit tricky if you don't know what you're doing, especially if you don't have like a TEFL certification or you never. I'd actually recommend you do take a TEFL class. That's my recommendation because teaching English to native speakers and Chinese speakers are two distinctly different things. Very, very distinctly different. So if you have a classroom of like little kids and they're Chinese beginners, you just can't give them verbal instructions, right? Because what they hear in their heads is just wah, 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 wah. That's all they hear. So you got to come up with ways, to teach them so that you can effectively communicate with them. So how do you do that? Well, there's 4 methods to this when you do teaching. You do a setup, you do a demo, then you do it, and then you wrap it up, right? The setup is you actually setting up the game, or you're setting up the lesson or whatever, preparing it on the board, whatever you're going to do. You set it up, right? Then after you set it up, you can't talk to them and expect them to learn from you. You just can't. You can't verbally give them instructions. You know what I mean? So what you have to do instead, the do part, so you have setup demo, right? Setup demo. The demo part, what you'd be focusing on is that you're going to demonstrate how to do the activity, how to say the words, how to speak and say the sentences. You know what I mean? Then after that, after you do the demo, then you actually do the activity. You have the kids do the activity. You have to heavily monitor them. You have to heavily be involved in how they're playing the game or how they're doing it. And then once they start getting the idea after a couple days, then you can sort of just loosen up and let them do it, and then they know what they're doing for the game. Especially for little kids, don't think that they're going to understand every single meaning of every single word. They're not. For little kids, if your Chinese beginners are little kids, they're probably just going to, well, not probably, they are. They're just going to parrot you, and they're just going to say what you say, and that's good. That's part of the doing. You know what I mean? You model how you say the words, and then you let them say the words. And you could do this through many, many different games. Many different exercises or activities. There's vast swaths of resources online. You give me an email and I can give you some ideas for games as well. But that's basically what you do. So don't expect them to understand the meaning of words. They're going to parrot the words. And especially with little kids, don't have them do full-blown compound complex sentences. No, you start small. The first part of your lesson should be small. Keywords, have them do the keywords with references of pictures. You know what I mean? Play a game with the vocabulary words, and then the next lesson is going to be implementing it into a sentence, right? And you have to have them do the body language with it. Remember, set up, right? You set up, and then you demo how you want the body language, right? Like I like pizza or something like that. You know what I mean? And then you could have them parrot you, just have them parrot and say it perfectly. You have to be really hawkish on how they're pronouncing words. Have them parrot it perfectly and then have them do it. And you could do this through a game. You could have them do this through a word race or something like that. That would be for the verbal side of how to begin to teach English speakers. You'd start out very small with vocabulary words and easy pictures for them to understand, the word and the referent that they're doing. So that is something that you have to look into, and that is how I would, teach beginning, learners. They're very fun, they're very energetic, and they really, really are enthusiastic to learn English. And if you come up with good games, then they're going to be engaged from beginning to end. So again, let me review this. You set up, you demo, you do, and you wrap. Never tell them verbally what to do. That's a big no-no. You're going to make the biggest mistake. No Chinese at all either. 0 Chinese. They shouldn't be speaking any Chinese, just the words you're teaching them, right? That's it. So start out small with words, and then after that lesson, you could expand to bigger words and put it in like a simple sentence for them, right? And have them do the simple sentence. But start small with words, set up the lesson, right? Set up the words, write the words on the board, let them see the overview of it. Demo the lesson. You have to demonstrate how to say the words. I say, you say, I say, you say. Do have them do the I say you say game or whatever your game is, and then wrap it up. Review the words again, and boom, and you're done. And that lesson could be like a 20-minute lesson if your class is an hour long. Then you can move on to the next lesson and actually implement full sentences, right? And then have them take it off from there. And then you could end with like a listening lesson, like reading, or however you structure your classroom. But that's how I would teach beginning Chinese beginners, right? And I think I'm going to hit on this lesson again because I'm just verbally telling you, but I'll write it out on the board for you so you can actually see and visualize this and use this for your class. So that's all I have for now. If you have any questions, please go ahead, feel free to contact me. Tick International, visit our website, comment below, and hey, join us. We have some amazing jobs where you could get right involved with these beginners and get really valuable training out of all of this. This is like nothing you've ever seen before, and it's a really good growing experience. Anyway, I'm signing out. Peace.